Welcome to the Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for August 20th, 2021. Newsweek reports, why people are comparing fall of Afghanistan with fall of Saigon. As images surface of Afghan people crowding airports and clambering on top of planes in hope of fleeing the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan, politicians and veterans in the U.S. are joining a mounting wave of criticism, calling this President Joe Biden's Saigon moment. Biden told reporters last month the U.S. troop withdrawal from Afghanistan would not be comparable to what occurred when the capital of South Vietnam fell to the North Vietnamese in April 1975. But the speed with which the Taliban triggered the collapse of the Afghanistan government and the evacuation of the U.S. Embassy in Kabul has led many to draw those very comparisons. President Biden was asked last month about concerns Vietnamese veterans had regarding how the Taliban's efforts to conquer Afghanistan seemed to mirror the fall of Saigon in 1975. At the time, Biden said the Taliban was, quote, not remotely comparable in terms of capability to the North Vietnamese.
Mr. President, some Vietnamese veterans see echoes of their experience in this withdrawal in Afghanistan. Do you see any parallels between this withdrawal and what happened in Vietnam, with some people feeling...
None whatsoever. Zero. What you had entire brigades breaking through the gates of our embassy. 6, if I'm not mistaken. The Taliban is not the North Vietnamese army. They're not remotely comparable in terms of capability. There's going to be no circumstance where you see people being lifted off the roof of a embassy of the United States from Afghanistan. It is not at all comparable.
One veteran who was present as U.S. and Vietnamese citizens fled Saigon recently told the Military Times that he believed the situation in Afghanistan is actually worse than the one he'd witnessed in April 1975. An article from MSNBC states, Rand Paul's radical budget plan receives significant GOP backing. Last week, as part of the debate over the Democratic budget plan, Rand Paul introduced his own budget blueprint as an alternative and offered it as a proposed amendment. This isn't just a proposal that tinkers around the edges of federal spending. Rand Paul's goal is to eliminate a multi-trillion-dollar budget deficit in 5 years without raising any taxes on anyone by any amount. To achieve such a goal, the GOP senator would mandate enormous cuts to practically every aspect of federal spending. To no one's surprise, it failed in the face of unanimous opposition from the Democratic majority. But this was not a 99-1 vote. On the contrary, as the dust settled last week, 28 Senate Republicans ended up voting for Rand Paul's budget plan. Among the Republicans who voted for the budget blueprint known as the 5-penny plan are members of the Senate Republican leadership, Florida's Rick Scott, South Dakota's John Thune, and Wyoming's John Barrasso, as well as Florida's Marco Rubio, Wisconsin's Ron Johnson, and Iowa's Chuck Grassley. 60 Plus supports the plan, and we think the idea is definitely worth pursuing in the future. And finally, the Daily Wire reports, Biden's job approval tumbles below 50% after Afghanistan pullout. President Joe Biden's job approval rating took a 5-point hit, and his net approval shrank even further after chaos erupted in Afghanistan as the U.S. pulled out troops, according to a new opinion poll. The poll pegged Biden's job approval rating at 47%, just 2 points higher than his disapproval rating. In mid-July, Biden was averaging a job approval rating of 52%, with 43% disapproving, according to Real Clear Politics. Biden's 9-point advantage has shrunk to just 2 points in a matter of weeks. A closer look at Americans' views on Biden's performance across major issues underscores his declining popularity with negative ratings on foreign policy, immigration, and crime. And that concludes your Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for August 20th, 2021. For more political news faster, visit saulsnews.com.